pictures that she took that Bob Williams recorded them on a tape for me. I think there's 340 some pictures that she had that we took out of her old album on a tape I got on the computer, and it shows a lot of the snowbanks in Krogan. There's one picture there where it shows the sidewalk shoveled by your place, the banks this high, and a lot of pictures of Mick and Jan's place of her and her two sisters on the lawn and stuff like that.
Nice. I live on Convent Street myself.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. Enslow's old place.
Oh.
Which one?
Enslow's.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep. Christensen, I think. Christians built it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you remember those folks.
He used to have the Ford garage to grow in.
There you go. Yep.
Yep.
You know that, didn't you? So did you guys shop in Krogan? Is that where you did, where did you get your groceries when you...
When we was home as kids, of course, being a small farm, we always had pigs, we had chickens and everything else. And my folks used to trade eggs at all the stores for groceries.
Usually Grand Union and Murray's.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they used to Naumburg, Karcher's store, the Naumburg, they used to take them down there. And
Was there a Lindstruth store too?
Lindstruth.
Yeah.
And then the stores here in Beaver Falls, they used to bring something up to Frank Elder's store, which is on the corner where the parking lot of the church is now.
There's 3 stores
okay.
here.
Now, was Fredenberg's store in Beaver Falls then too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There were 3
Frenberg's,
stores.
Hiltz's, and Elder's.
Yeah. Hill's store is, well, the only one left is Fredberg's.
Frenberg's, where the Grange Hall is.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Where
you
was
just-
Hiltz's?
Huh?
Across the road.
Across the road. Where the post office is.
No,
Where
just
the-
past
where-
the
where
post
the-
office.
Not where the post office is, it's where they bought that lot where he's got his stuff parked, that garage
Gotcha.
and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where Hill's is.
All
That's where
right.
Hiltz's used to be.
Okay, because the
Hiltz's
post
was a
office.
combination house and store both.
Okay, and then the post office was a gas station, right?
Right. Right.
Okay.
My
Yeah.
Uncle Bill run that once.
Okay.
I was just, me and Birds were small then,
Yeah.
and Bill would go away Sunday, we'd go up and watch the gas station for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that when you used to go out and pump the gas for the people?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. How did the gas? Did it quite a bit different than today, isn't it?
When I first worked in the black mill in Krogan, we worked 6 days a week, 9 hours a day. That was 54 hours a week. I took home $29. And Norbert Louis had a gas station where mine at Norris's is. You get 5 gallons of gas for $1. And you go down where old Clem Gronert was, where Stump had the bar. A glass of beer was a nickel.
So how much of that $29 you got back in nickels?
I bought a car and borrowed money from Beverly, my sister. My check was $29 a week, and I gave her $25 a week till I had the car paid for.
Oh my gosh.
But how much was the car?
Huh?
How much was the
I
car?
don't remember anymore what I paid for that. I remember in 1950 I bought a brand new Chevy car for $1,754.
Did you buy that right in Krogan?
No, Carthage.
Oh, Carthage.
Dingman,
Why,
yeah.
they didn't have a Chevy dealership in Krogan?
I think
Duflo
old
used to
Tom
be.
Duflo was there.
Yeah.
And you know where the Stump's liquor store
Yeah.
is? That used to be a garage. Wasn't it a Beck run that?
Yeah. The Beckett used to have it.
And he sold rent cars.
He sold rent cards, and my dad used to go out to Flint, Michigan, and drive cars back for him.
Yeah.
What do
I
you
don't
call them?
remember
What
that
kind of
before I could
cars?
remember.
Durant. D-U-R-A-N-T.
Okay. Were they a big seller?
Would that have been what?
Were
At
they a
that
big
time
seller?
They were.
Okay.
There was quite a few of them around at that time.
Okay.
I remember
Rants.
my dad had, I remember the 26 my dad had, because he didn't never traded it in. Then he bought a 31.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did you go places with your once you
Oh,
got a
yeah.
car? I mean,
Oh, yeah.
what usually did you do?
Usually about every Sunday afternoon we go for a ride with my whole family.
Amongst them pictures of my mother's, there's pictures of his old ranch cars and stuff. You know, a lot of pictures of the old cars.
Now, did you guys take the train?
I worked.
I never did.
I worked at Castland and the railroad, and then we had a pass. We could travel on the New York Central wherever it went for nothing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
How long did you work for them then?
I didn't work there too long, probably a year or so. I might have been there 2 years.
Verge was there longer than you
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
Now, who's Verge?
My
Our older brother.
Okay. That must have been a fairly decent job.
Oh yeah.
What would you have considered a really good job back then?
I don't know if it
Well,
was a
a lot of people thought that was a good job. They used to have to walk the track every day and
Yeah.
check for any hazards that might be there.
We worked out of Castellan, and they had a crew of Lowell, a crew of McCarthy's. One man every day had to walk halfway to Lowell, checking tracks, had to walk back. Another one had to go halfway to Carthage and walk back.
He must have been fit.
You had to check for see if there was cracks or loose tracks and stuff like that. I used to cheat on once in a while. Hank worked for Bert Johnson's, and I'd get there and I'd go across the lot out in the barn where Hank was and stay a half hour or so and walk back. Yeah. But in the winter, they had a depot, everything there to cast, and we had to shovel all that out by hand all winter.
You
Every
had
time it snowed.
the tracks or where
The old around the building.
Okay.
You know, the platforms and all
Okay,
that.
was that right by the Agway where
Yeah.
Agway was?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
No doubt. So what else? What else do you remember about Krogan? And was there any? Were there any people there that were pretty memorable?
Mother used to work at Bush's, what they called, Bush's had a store. And it was right there just
What's
before
in
you,
there now?
between the gas station and Wishy's today. It was in there.
No. She worked up
Yes.
at Bush's store.
Huh?
Bush's.
Yeah.
That was up right side of what's that big store in there now? Buckingham store. It was just this side of Buckingham.
It was right across. No, it was by Wishy's
I remember Bush's
because
store.
she's got pictures of taking off the front of that porch of the feed mills.
Well, that's probably because Philly and them own this feed mill.
Huh?
That's probably because Philly, Barney and them own the feed mill.
Yeah.
Well, she's talking
Well,
about Bush's.
I know. Bush's was across the road. When Mom used to work there, she had pictures that she took from Bush's porch of the feed mills across the street.
Across the road was Burkhardt's. That was Burkhardt's.
She was on the same side as Burkhardt's.
Yeah, but right across. The next one past the tracks was Burkhardt's, where the funeral home is.
I know, but she was this side the tracks. Bush's store was on this side the tracks,
No.
where the old post office was at one time.
No, that's where the
Okay.
Grand Union was.
That's right.
That's
Grand
right.
Union was in
And
there
was
too.
a door to the left, and Dr. O'Connor was in that. You had to go in that door to go up to his
Yeah.
office.
That was after Bush's closed when he was in there, though.
Yeah, but
'Cause it
Bush's.
was back at that time. It was old Doc Paul was the
I'm
doctor
sure
before
you're
O'Connor
around
was there.
Bush's building.
We all. When
Did
we
you
had
guys
to go
bicker
to the
when you were
doctor,
little?
We always
Oh, yeah.
went to old Doc Paul. Paul Van Seroshofen, which was Bill Paul's father.
Now, did you guys go to the doctor when you were younger?
I also went to Dr. Jones here in Beaver Falls.
Yeah, Jones is here in Beaver Falls too.
Liquor store?
I don't ever remember me going to Dr. Jones. I always went to Dr. Van Seroshofen.
had pneumonia when I was about 3, 4 years old, and that's who I had was Dr. Jones.
Jones was you at that time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dr. Dalton was much later than here in Bear Falls, right?
Dr. Dalton come here before World War II. He started his practice. I don't know just when, probably late 30s. But then he went into service in World War II.
Yeah.
And he was gone. And then after the war, he come back and opened his office up again.
Okay. Well, I think my Uncle Jack was born in 39, and he was named after, his middle name is Albert, after Dr. Dalton.
Okay.
So,
Who was that?
Jack Sweeney?
Yeah.
Yep,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
no doubt. So you didn't, so your mom worked at Bush's, and it was a grocery store?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, how many grocery stores were in town then?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, there was Merle's, Bush's, Grand Union, the A&P, and
Merle's?
Yeah, I should remember.
Now, why would you have so many in one little spot?
And then Nartz's too, where the IGA is today.
Okay.
Because when the farmers come in with their milk, with the horses, they draw the milk to the milk plant and stuff, they always pick groceries up locally.
There was 2 milk stations in Crogan.
Yes.
One there where Rogy's garage is.
Machine
The
shop,
other
yep.
one down where the fire hall is today.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
But you
they
guys
don't-
never drew milk there.
No.
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 And did we hear that the loggers used to come into town too?
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
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 But they were more frequented the probably
I
Miller
think
House.
my
and-
dad said that at one time there was 13 bars in Krogan.
Oh my goodness.
13 bars in Krogan.
Everybody had a bar down cellar. They would sell stuff, you know.
Are you serious?
Yes, yes.
Everybody had a bar in the
I never
cellar.
heard that.
Well, not everybody, but he said there was. I think he said once that there was 13 different bars where you could buy booze in Krogan.
Legal or illegal?
Pardon?
Legal or illegal? Because you remember, like,
I
we're
don't
trying to
know
figure
if
out
there
the
was
year of,
anything.
like,
I
prohibition.
don't know if there was anything legal at that time.
Okay. Because we've heard a lot of the bars and places had, like, their stash spots. Like, when they knew that they were coming to be checked for alcohol during Prohibition, they always had that secret little
Yeah.
cubby somewhere. So everybody still did it, even though it was,
Yeah,
like, Prohibition.
Did you know anything about that, Nick?
No.
I would think that you probably know a little bit about that.
No, it was pretty wide open when I was a kid.
Okay.
But there was the Miller House and the Stripes where the
Where the Arlington is today. That was called the Arlington at that time,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
yeah.
Old Strife used
No,
to run
that
it.
was Stripes.
Huh?
That was Stripes.
Was it?
wasn't Arlington then. I remember old Stripes yet good. And there was Stumps, and one stump had that burn,
Mm-hmm.
and there
And
was
then there was one across the road at one time, side of the meat market. That house.
no, I don't remember no bar in there.
Dad said there used to be a bar there.
I don't remember it. That was before my time.
Well, it could have been.
The big house.
See, I think when all them bars was there, it was probably back in Prohibition time.
And you were talking about the woods when, you know. Years ago, these jobbers moved right in the woods. They built one big building for cooking and eating. And then they built another building just about the same size just for sleeping. And they'd go and move in the woods in the fall of the year, and they wouldn't come out till spring, till break-up time. They'd stay right there all winter, working in the woods. And then when they come out in the spring, they blew all their money in these bars. Yeah,
No doubt.
yeah.
And I hear that most of the bars and restaurants did quite well
Oh, yeah.
for as many as what they were.
Yeah, yeah.
There was quite a. Do you remember the Shambos?
Shambles?
The Shambos?
DeChambeau?
The Shambo?
DeChambeau.
Oh, the
yeah.
Shambles.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember when Clem Gronert had that place.
Mm-hmm. Clem had it
I was
before
of age
DeChambeau had it.
drinking that when Clem Gronert had it.
You what?
I was of age, I could drink in there.
You could drink legally. right.
See, Eddie DeChambeau's wife was Hilda DeVoy. And all them DeVoys was her children. You know, like Clogs and Rick and...
Uh-huh.
Pat
My
and
mother and Hilda
Boy,
were
all of them.
Huh?
big friends.
Oh, were
years
they?
Yeah.
ago.
Well, Hilda lived on Shady Avenue towards Beaver Falls, just the second house down from the corner. And Mother lived in the first house on 812 going towards New Bremen. I mean, the back doors
backyards
are
are
right
closed.
together, see.
True. True.
I remember going up there different times up to the boys.
Mm-hmm.
Now, back when I was growing up, we used to have neighborhood parties or picnics, or we had, like in the wintertime, we'd have card parties and we'd go play cards at different neighbors' houses. Is that something that you guys did, or what did...
No, I never did remember doing any of that. Much at
Not
all.
too much with the neighbors, no.
No.
Mother was always big friends with the neighbors. She used to go over to Stiles's a lot and stuff, you know. But as us kids, I don't recall of us ever going very much.
Now, what was your religion growing up?
I didn't
that's-
have any, did you?
that was a kind of a sad situation. My mother went to the
Berkeley Church.
Berkeley Church out there, and Dad went to the Mennonite church. See, well, when they got married, neither because they wasn't marrying within the church just kicked them both out,
Oh,
and they ended up getting married by a Methodist minister in Lowell.
okay.
So once in a while they'd go to church, one church or the other, but never
Nothing
very steady.
Okay. All right, because
But they always, for years and years, and even my dad on the last end would read the Bible a lot.
Uh-huh.
Oh boy, and he knew that Bible right from one end to the other.
Yeah. And Mother did earlier too. You know, she always read it.
Now, forgive my ignorance, but wasn't the Verkler church a Mennonite church, an offshoot of the Mennonite church?
It's a little different.
Well,
Different.
No, I don't
Not-
think so.
What would they have been
at
considered?
one time when they first
They probably all
settled
broke
over
off,
here, they
yeah.
were all kind of together. But then when they first come here, they separated already, see. They used to call the Verkler Church Anabaptist.
Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
They were the first church to branch off, weren't they? From
I think so.
I
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah.
I think so, yes. Yeah.
And yeah, now they're like evangelical or something. Not really sure what that word
Okay,
means
I remember the
actually. Yeah, it's a little
Anabaptist.
different.
Okay,
Yeah.
no doubt, yeah. Because I heard, we heard that the religions really made a difference in the different communities that you were in.
That's right.
We were told by another couple that the Catholics and the Methodists and the Mennonites kind of all kept to their own little
Yeah.
religions. There was
Yeah.
never much of a mixture of that. Is that, did you see it that way
Well,
also?
see, back in that time, Krogan was pretty much all Catholic. And, of course, you had, when I got to think a minute now. Our great-grandfather was a minister in the Mennonite church.
Your great grandfather?
Yeah,
My grandfather was too.
Our
Grandpa Lehman.
grandfather.
yeah,
It's Grogan Church.
yeah, but that,
He was a brother to our grandfather.
Oh,
right,
dear.
but their father was a minister too. And he used to live here on the cutoff road. And Dad told me that they had no church to go to at that time. They'd just gather at the homes, at the different homes. Every week they'd be at this home, next week at this one. And there was times when he'd leave on Friday night already, and of course, you'd always have to walk to wherever the services are going to be, see? And that he would walk there on Saturday for the service on Sunday and come back Monday,
Wow.
back home.
No doubt.
I'll tell you what my dad told me one time now. He said he went to the fair. He had a $1 bill and went to the fair, and he picked up a girl and he took her to the movies that night and come home with a nickel in his pocket. Remember that? Did he ever tell you that?
No, he never
He
told me
you
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jeepers, he could have bought a beer on the way
I was
home
gonna
for a
I think he said they had supper and went to the movie and he still had a nickel left.
Is that,
So
is that,
things
the,
didn't cost much.
is that the
back
woman
then.
he married?
No, I don't think so. No.
Did you guys ever go to the fair?
I didn't go this year at all.
Did you ever go to the fair?
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
we
yeah,
used to
we
when
used
as
to go,
kids.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we'd go for a day.
Did you guys think that you were well off growing up, or one of the well off families, or what did you think that? How did you feel about your economical living?
I don't think I ever thought much about it. Did you?
Never did really.
I mean, I don't know.
We always had to work.
Yeah,
When there was work to be done, we always had to work, and
it's so much different than what it is today.
Well, I think then everybody had to work though, you know what I mean? That's just the way it
my
was.
dad
back
used to
then.
be real strict. And then I would being the youngest one, he was always a little bit more congenial to me, I think, than what he was to the rest of them.
Yeah.
'Cause we ended up getting along pretty good, and
Well, you were his baby.
in fact, I lived at home until I got married, or until I was in service.
Nick, do you think that Darwin got spoiled because he was the youngest?
I don't know. I wasn't there enough.
Were you that much older than him then? Huh?
Well, I don't know how old I was when I went up John Lindeker's.
Probably 17.
No, I don't think I might have
16?
had a driver's license. You know John Lindeker. He lived up there by Balsam Creek. You know where that is.
Up where the
I- you tell
Lindecker
me-
sugar bush is,
Oh,
you
that's
know?
Balsam
yeah,
Creek?
right there. I went to
Wait
work
a
there
minute.
doing chores.
No, point me in the right direction.
Where's
Balsam
Balsam Creek?
Pond
Oh,
Road.
Belfort.
Oh, okay. Is that before or after Fish Creek? Fish Creek Road, is it Balsam Creek this way?
You're at Balsam Creek. You know where Balsam Creek is?
No.
I don't
You know
think so.
where,
I've seen it on a map, but I can't think.
You know where Gerald Lindeker made syrup?
All the names sound really familiar. I'm just
what
not-
was Warren's boy that had the farm
Todd.
up there? Todd.
Yes.
You know where he lived?
Yes.
Okay, well, you know, you
Next-
go down the hill, when you go down that hill, that creek right there is Balsam Creek.
Okay.
And
Just past
old John Lindecker farm was that next farm on the left where they got the sugar bush
Yeah,
right
right
next
there.
to it, and then the BC Road is right there.
Yes.
Okay.
Following you. Okay.
Gotcha.
All right.
So Nick, when you went up there to work, did you live up there then?
Stayed right there.
Yeah.
Did you work for room and board, and what else?
I got $15 a week.
15 a week. Spent it all, and how much did you save up?
I didn't save none. Didn't seem to matter how much I made.
There's
Verge
a
worked
change.
for
I was
John
gonna say,
too,
did you
didn't
get
he?
better at that as yours?
Verge worked for John too, didn't he? I thought he used to drive truck for him.
No. Birch worked for Lee Eversole
Yeah.
on the farm. Yeah.
What are some of the historical things you can remember happened during your time? Was there anybody in your family that made history?
Not really, was he?
Not that I can think of offhand.
No local celebrities in your family?
Hmm?
No local celebrities, no claim to fame?
No, not too much.
Does anybody that you grew up with, do you remember that you thought were characters that we would be interested in?
But the only one I knew was Crank, and he's dead.
Frank Lehman.
Yes.
How's he related? Is he related to you?
Cousin.
Cousin.
I think him and my father used to misbehave together.
Right.
He was a character.
Yeah.
Why was he a character? What'd he do?
I
Drink.
think he liked them nickel
See,
beers, didn't he?
Yeah.
In the Lehman family alone, we've got around 80 of us grandchildren.
I think it was 76.
Something like that. It's high 70s.
Yeah.
And on my mother's side, there was 2.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Perry Farney and Norbert Steiner.
No doubt. Now you said your dad was strict. How was your mom?
Easy going.
Yeah.
Just the opposite. So when you say he was strict, what do you mean by that?
Well, I stayed one night for baseball practice up here at school. When I got home, I got a licking for it, so I never stayed again. We had work to do. We didn't. They wasn't playing ball.
Dad played baseball in school too, right, Dad?
Yeah.
That's where he was a little bit more lenient with me than he was with them. I could play the sports.
So he felt that sports was probably nothing. You needed to come home, do chores. That was more important than what playing
Right.
was.
Well,
Right.
that's where they were brought up.
Right.
They was brought up to work, and
Yeah.
work comes first.
Right.
You know, that's
Your sister's the same way? They came home and probably helped with the housework.
yeah.
and-
oh yeah.
Now, did the girls make their own clothes? Did you buy your clothes somewhere? Did mom and the girls make
Mother
clothes?
always
Or
made a lot of clothes.
Yeah.
okay.